the weight always matters, right? In this video, I'm gonna tell you how much exactly my Tenere weighs after all of the modifications that I have done, and maybe the most important, how I learned to deal with this weight. So if you have nothing to do, grab your favorite drink and stay with me. Welcome back. I'm gonna tell you how much exactly it weighs, but before that, let me start with the second question. How exactly I learned to deal with this weight? Well, my old Tenere weighs basically about the same kilograms, a little bit less or more, I cannot tell you exactly, but I deal with this weight, or I ride with this weight already for many years, and every single day and time that I've got, and possibility of course, I try to practice with it. Like now, it is a dirt road very close to my home. That is like a shortcut connection that I use every single time when I've got this possibility. Like today, I can see that it's not muddy, and I can go there, ride my motorcycle, practice with it, practice with the way that I already got, and of course this helped me to learn how it reacts in any kind of situation, how the front will accept the bumps, how exactly you need to go downhill, what you have to do when you need to go uphill, and many more like this. For example, I know that here I will have a downhill, and I'm gonna stop now and turn off the ABS, because if I want to go down and if I need to stop, the ABS is not going to help me at all. That's why I prefer to have it off, so at least I can press the rear and lock the rear wheel, and this will help me to slow down. Here now I have again downhill with some bumps and rocks, so I can lock the rear. I like this shortcut. I really enjoy it almost every single day. And of course, the practice will not make you the best off-roader, but as I said, it will give you at least the chance to know how your motorcycle reacts on such a terrains. And this might be critical or crucial for your trips, especially if you plan some kind of dirt roads, off-roads, test roads, adventure roads, whatever you want to name them. Wonderful. Let me find a good spot now so I can talk about the weight that I've got. Let's go there. Alright, I think this is a good spot, so I can stop here and talk about the weight. Let me first show you this view. Spectacular. What you see down there is Vinica. This is one of the neighborhoods of Varna. And then on the far distance, behind this hill, it's already Varna. And this is the bay, and on the other side is Galat, and of course the Black Sea. Anyway, let's now talk about the weight. This is my Tenere. As you can see, it is not stock, so I have a lot of changes, and let's see how much all of these changes add to the total weight of the motorcycle. I haven't got a list here with the things, so I don't need to forget anything. Let's start with this, that the stock weight is 204 kilograms. Fully loaded with 16 liters of petrol, 2.7 liters of oil, around 1.20 antifreeze, and all the rest of the liquids like brake liquids and stuff like that. Altogether 204 kilograms. On the top of that kilograms, I've got a center stand that weight around 3.5 kilograms. Keep in mind that this center stand is not from Yamaha. The Yamaha OM center stand is at least with 1.5 kilograms heavier than that. It is much bigger and it does not go so well to the top. It's still something like this. So this one is better in my opinion. Then I've got this bush plate made from Turkish company Moto S, and this bush plate weighs itself around 3 kilograms, which is almost like 1.5 kilograms more than the stock bush plate. But this one provides much better protection. Include here on the right hand side where the water pump is and these plastic pipes. I even add this additional piece here to protect even better. The next are these upper crash guards. They weigh 5.5 kilograms, again from heavy duty. I'm not really big fan of this. I don't really like it, but because the bush plate does not work with the lower crash guards that I've got, I need to replace it with this. And as I said, I don't really like it, but eventually they will protect the radiator, the vital parts of the motorcycle here, so I have to learn how to live with it. But yes, as I said, additional 5.5 kilograms. Then I've got bush plate, crash guards, handles and plates. These handles and plates here, they are very light. They're made from a German company, Tech. Very expensive but very good product, and I don't think that they weigh more than 1.5 kilograms altogether. They provide this good grip, because without it, to move this motorcycle, to push it here and there, it's really difficult. So I really like it. The crash guards from a service weight probably another 500 or 700 grams, something like that, something that I forget, but I'm gonna add it to the top. I've got tire brake levers that always stay on the bike, that's why I'm gonna consider it as an additional weight. I've got this this locker here that always stay here. It's also weight around 200-300 grams, that's why I always need to count it as well. And yeah, basically that is everything. In total I've got around 14 additional kilograms on the top of this 204 kilograms, and this makes it altogether around 220 kilograms ready to go without any luggage, like this, what you see it now. I'm not gonna count things like this and this because they weigh just a couple of hundreds grams. I don't think that this will be even noticeable from anyone. So as I said, 220 kilograms ready to travel. On the top of that, when I travel, I've got this tank bag with me and my saddle bag, which is with the shape of horseshoe, and altogether they're like 15 to 16 kilograms. So in total, ready to travel, I've got 235 kilograms. 235 kilograms ready to travel. This is the maximum weight that I would like to have on my trips, because it's not that I'm gonna spend a lot of time on the dirt roads, but when it's happened here and there, I always got this in my trips. I would like to have at least a basic knowledge how the motorcycle will react. That's why I always try to choose a proper dual sport tires for my trips, because I know that on some stage I'm gonna have some shortcuts or some dirt roads, and I prefer to have a good traction on it. Because when the motorcycle is heavy, when your skills are not the top of the top, you can help yourself by having as light as possible motorcycle and as good as possible tires. This is the advice that I can give you now. One of the changes that I have made actually did not put any weight, it removes some weight. It's to chop the tail. I removed the original tail, which is up to here, big plastic things like this. The indicator stayed here, so I removed everything and add this holder from German company Off the Road. And yes, I think now I saved probably around 1 kilogram or something like that. And recently I even moved the indicators here on the top instead of being here before, and this is with one specific reason, about which I'm gonna tell you after a few more days. not yet, but I'm gonna tell you definitely. And these are basically all the modifications that I have done that put some weight on the top of already existing 204 kilograms. These plastic covers here are mostly to protect the frame, and they don't weigh much. That's why I don't think that it's even worth to mention it. This cover as well, they are very light. So yeah, that's it. So let's continue with my practice. And as I said, practice I mean on every terrain, not only dirt roads, not only beautiful twisty roads, not only highways, any kind of terrains. And of course this slow riding here and there, slow riding technique, standing on the pegs, it really helps you to learn everything, the basics, the control, the handling and everything, whatever you want to name it. Another moment that you have to practice as well are the twisty roads. So once again, every time when you have this chance, go and ride your motorcycle on the twisty roads. And I mean exactly your motorcycle with the weight that it's got. I've been asked a number of times what kind of exercise I do before the trips to improve my stamina or my body shape before the trips. Do I ride bicycles, fitness, running, or whatever I do to help me to improve long distance days? The answer is pretty obvious, and I'm gonna say it to you after a few minutes, but before that I would like to ask you a few questions. What you'll do if you prepare yourself for an important boxing match? You're gonna practice more, yeah? You're gonna have a lot of fights, you're gonna have different sparring partners, you're gonna box more, and eventually you will learn how to do it and you'll be all right on your match. What you're gonna do if you plan to ride on a local marathon, 42 kilometers? Of course, you're gonna run as more as possible, and you eventually will prepare your body for the marathon. And now the answer, what are you gonna do if you want to prepare your body for motorcycle traveling? Of course, ride your motorcycle as more as possible in any kind of roads, dirt roads, twisty roads, highways, anything. Spend as more as possible time on your motorcycle, and this will give you the necessary stamina that you need. It will, how I have to say, you will develop a specific muscles that are needed for this, and they're completely different from the muscles that you can develop if you boxing, running, bicycling, fitness or whatever. Just ride your motorcycle, any roads, include highways. It will also give you an idea how much you can hold. So you can make an experiment. Today ride for 1 hour, tomorrow ride for 1 hour and 30 minutes, then ride for 2 hours without any stops. And this is how everything goes. Slowly, step by step, you can develop the necessary skills. The more you practice, the better you will become. And it is so obvious that I don't know why people still keep asking this question. Practice in the traffic is another necessary thing that you have to do as often as possible. I'm not saying to breaking the rules, but at least to have practice, to know how to deal with traffic, because once you leave Europe, you'll be surprised to see that everything is different. The traffic is different, everything is different, people react differently, and you have to be ready. You have to be ready. And when you're switching the terrains from roads like this, then a nice village road, and then maybe twisty roads, such a pleasure to ride here. And finally you switch to the main roads. Then I'm gonna have another one connection here. It's not that these connections are necessary. No, I can perfectly go around the town with normal roads. But as I said, this will just give me a different type of practice almost every day. And it is very helpful As I said, to learn how to control your motorcycle in any kind of situation, or to know your limits if it's easy for you to understand it, because every rider and motorcycle got some limits, and if you don't know them, you might be in trouble. Here we go. Now I've got a gravel road. So I finally got back into the town, but during this process I've got like 5 or 6 different type of roads. I practice any kind of terrain: good road, bad road, dirt road, gravel roads, and highways, and everything, just because of this connection. So all of this will give me the necessary skills that I need to travel on a long motorcycle trip. And if you do it every day, or at least couple of times per week, you're gonna gain a lot of skills from it. You're not going to become a professional rider, but you will have enough skills to travel with a motorcycle. That simple it is. I hope that this video will be useful to at least one person. Press like or dislike, whatever it deserves. If you subscribe, even better. Don't forget that every Sunday I make live streams for channel member and Patreons, and over there we discuss anything related to long motorcycle trips. If you don't want to become a channel member or Patreon, you can still watch the same stream already pre-recorded 2 days later on my second channel, Motorcycle Adventures Live. Yes, it won't be live anymore, and you wouldn't be able to ask questions and receive answers, but you can still gain a lot of useful information. All the details will be in the description down below. See you next time. Ciao.